during a huge Bitcoin pullback. I won't say crash because the technology is too good to let it go. So for the opportunities they're doing here of pulling this market back, it's getting a lot of opportunity to make money out here, right? So the first thing that we want to do here is simply take a look at how to take advantage of this, right? So if you are in crypto, trying to get in crypto, we use and I need to get into this short trade over here that keeps happening on Bitcoin. 63,500 was our entry. We're now at 63,200 and going down steady. So how do you get into trades, right? So we use a thing called BitNex. This is my exchange, not financial advice. This is what I like to use because it also gives me the opportunity to get cash back and rewards. So let me show you a little bit here of how to set up a trade, right? So you're always going to isolate. Remember, make sure you always isolate a trade. What that means is it doesn't take money. Did you guys get that Bitcoin short at 63,500? So make sure that you're isolating at your trade in here. And make sure your leverage is where you want it to be based on how you're trading, right? So now, to get your trade in, you simply put in your limit order, type the price that you want, whatever your wallet is, you slide over and you just make the purchase, right? It's really that simple. Once you're in a trade, you always make sure you set your stop loss. Depending on your system and your strategy, that's going to determine where you go or how you set up your particular stop loss. For me, it all depends on how we're set up. I'm going to do 30% here. And right now, I normally take profits at 30 to 60%. So now let's say that you want to fund your account or you're trying to get something set up here. It's very simple. We just go over here. And all the information is right there in my TikTok bio, right? We go over here, pretty much easy setup, and we come down and we want to set up our accounts. Let me go ahead and get that done. All right, here we go. Welcome video, all this stuff. But here we are right here. So we set up our account because we need to have somewhere that we trade. So this is how we set up our trading. We get this set up right here. So it's very simple, very easy to do. Then this is a platform that we make our trades on. So when you guys ask what trading platform we use, this is the trading platform that we use. Easy to use, cashback rewards, etc. Then we have over here, we have free discords where communities come together and get yourself set up and then talk, and that's basically how we stay on top of everything together. And any questions or anything like that, we get it. But if you have anything that you want to find, you can see it right on TikTok. So TikTok has all the information you need. It's literally right in front of you right here. So you see right there, that's where you want to go. And this is how you get started. So you want to have something here where you're focused on funding an account, right? So me personally, there's all types of ways to fund an account. You can fund an account where I don't like to buy on the exchanges. So something like you can have a Coinbase, you can use Kraken. I like Crypto.com. It's very easy to use. The stadium where the LA Lakers play, I use Crypto.com. Connect my bank account, and then what I do is I just buy Solana on Crypto.com. And then once you have Solana on Crypto.com, you can then basically move it over to where you want. So here, let's say that I'm gonna fund my account today, right? So I go over to Spot, right? Spot is simply your main account, kind of like your main checking account. It tracks all the stuff that you have, how you're getting stuff, and where you're at. So here I'm going to find the coin that I'm going to send myself, right? Which is going to be Solana. So I'm going to type, all I'm going to do is when you see Solana, I'm going to slide over to the right, or if I need to find it, I'm just going to type in Sol. It'll pull it to the top. I'm going to go to deposit, which is over here on the left. I'm going to hit deposit. Now what I need to do once I have Solana bought on crypto.com or Coinbase or whatever, I need an address to fund my trading platform, right? Which is this right here. So now that I have that, I'm going to slide over to wherever I have my Solana, right? And I'm just simply going to send that to my Solana. So I'm going to go over to my Solana, click on it. Now what I'm doing right here, you can't see it, but I'm actually clicking on my Solana. Oh, you're here, right here. I'm going to send my Solana, and I'm just going to put in Solana's address. Boom. Now remember, when you hit max, you always have to leave something for fees, right? So you don't want to max out, so do something like something a little less, leaving something in there. I don't need that, so we'll go there. Then I'm just going to hit next. I'm going to send, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to send that from your Coinbase, crypto.com, Kraken, wherever you have your crypto at. Like I said, if you're brand new to crypto, you want to start off with a crypto.com site. And nowadays, you can actually use Venmo, and you can use PayPal. So you could actually buy Solana on Venmo. You can buy it on PayPal, and then just head over to your BitNex account, get your Solana address, and then just send it from Venmo or PayPal over to your BitNex. So you can see now we have our $200 in here. Now, in order to make this trade, I need to turn this into USDT. So I'm just going to slide all the way to the right where it says trade, Sol for USDT on the right side. And here I'm just going to go to market order because I want this to, just take whatever prices are available right now so I can fill the order quickly. If you want to be more particular, you can put a limit and then kind of like, pick. But market order, just kind of get it done pretty quickly here. So I'm going to put sell, market order. I'm going to sell 100% of my Solana. Then I'm going to run up here. And that should convert my Solana over to USDT, right? So market order, sell, 100%, sell, order placed. I go back to spot. It should now be USDT, right? See, now it's USDT. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to transfer, right? So I go up here, hit the top right button, transfer. I'm going to send that over to from my spot account, right? See here, spot account, top account, to my futures. I'm going to send all of it over and submit. All right. Now that we got that done, let's head over to our futures account, right? You go top left, it says futures. Click on your future. And let's get over here to where we can actually see the futures of what we're trading, right? So currently right now we have a Bitcoin short that's happening. And we have everything set up here. So our stop loss, we're going to pull up here, a little bit here. I want this to be on the 1 minute because I have it on 12-hour time frame. I need it a little more broken down. So time frames are important so I can see my candles. So here's my stop loss. I don't want my stop loss here on this candle here because that's normally where it's going to bounce, and this is another level. I want to move my stop loss slightly above that area there because I don't want to get shorted out here. And that is going to put us into our position there. So based on your system, your strategy, or what you're doing, that's going to allow you to determine how you're making this trade, right? So that's how easy it is to get started. Now, with this, we get cash back, we get rewards, and this is why we use this platform. So this is how easy it is to do trading. So now let's get into like what makes trading and how you can get into this, system, right? On TikTok, like I said, everything's on TikTok. And on my TikTok, you can see that there's a section right there, right on my main page. And when you go to TikTok, you see it right here in the bio. There's a little thing there that when you click on that, you'll get all the information that you need. It's very simple. Where you're signing up, what you're doing, free copy tradings, free easy to follow indicators, free Discord groups. There's all types. There's nothing here that costs money, because as a group, if you're into crypto, right, you're going to basically be supporting anybody that's in crypto, right? Because together we grow. Account creation, that's what I want. Collecting my account creation. Welcome videos. Here is where you set up your free trading account. Step 2, this is where we want to go here. We want to get to where we're with bye XRP, laugh out loud, going into the dirt. No way, bro. XRP's for life. But here's where we're going to slide over here, and this is going to get you to your area, right? So very simple. It comes in here. You have all this information. You want to go to attention, read this first. Always read when you go to anything, and make sure you're reading everything. And then what we're looking for here, guys, is some simple free chat, right? And you can see here that in the free chat, this is where, if I'm a new person just beginning, I want to be somewhere where people are putting out information. Oh my God, 109% on a short on XRP since noon. Okay. Dude, I love that bear with the crown on it. That's dope. Y'all see this bear? I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna come back to that one. That's dope. I'm a Chicago Bears fan, so that's going on my wall. All right, so this is where you can learn stuff, man. So if you guys are new to crypto, hit ones in the chat. Let's get you guys set up to where we can, kind of see what we're building. But this is where you can go get information. If you don't know anything about crypto, you can come in here and kind of like get yourself squared away. Bitcoin short. So this is where you can read all this. This is people that are in crypto, like-minded crypto. There's charts in here that you can look at, simple, breakdowns. So if you're learning crypto, this is, you want to be somewhere where people are, giving information. This is what's really causing the crash here, which is kind of crazy. I didn't even know this was out here until I saw this. So apparently there's some unsealed documents, and there's an email here. October 31st. Actually, let me zoom in this. So October 31st, 2008, Project Bitcoin funding and white paper. To Project Bitcoin funding and white paper from Jeffrey Epstein to Maxwell, right? So hi, Ben. The Satoshi, blah, 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 is working perfectly. Our little digital gold mine is ready for the world. Funding. I don't know if this is real or fake. You have to do your own research, but it's definitely causing an issue here. Now, what's weird to me is that Bitcoin was 2010, and this is October 31st, 2008. Now, if you are a real crypto person, you do know that in 2008, Bitcoin information was out there that people don't even realize was out there. And that's why if you look at Obama, he wrote laws into place for Bitcoin in 2008. So me being a crypto actually expert, this looks really real to me, because I know all the people that you listen to in crypto. Yeah. But what's weird here, so this is what I was saying, Lucas. So like, what's weird here is that the 2008, right? It's kind of like, it is BS, but it's kind of weird that they actually got the date right. So that's kind of weird, because there is Bitcoin information in 2008. But that's enough to scare the people. So, what are you going to do? So in Bitcoin, you got to realize that most people are going to have, you have retail investors, and retail investors are very easily, manipulated and dropping money, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot that goes on in that. So the narratives, right? The power of a narrative in crypto is massive, even though it has no bias, right? And, you're seeing it today. I mean, it's a pretty pretty crazy, you know, what's happening right now as far as like with Bitcoin, the drop and everything that's happening. You're dealing with people inside of here that have low education on crypto. So it's a growing market. It's a market that's coming up, and it's building. So we're just kind of like, you just have to go with what the market gives you. So when you see influencers that are trying to tell you, you know, what they think about all the research they do and all these things, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is going to come down to what we call volume, right? Volume is king, right? So what we teach and train inside of Discord and all the things that we're showing you is literally just coming down to how you understand what is valuable or important inside of the markets, right? And that's just going to come down to understanding that where the money is all that matters, right? If something's valuable, there's money in volume. If it's not valuable, then it goes the other way, right? This is where you have to find the volume and where you're working on and so forth, right? So right now what we're looking for is the money to come back to Bitcoin, some type of floor, something that's going to hold its value, right? Because, I mean, you know, honestly, at this point, Bitcoin is still a really good technology. So it has use case factor. It has a real market. Countries own Bitcoin. You have to say that to yourself. Countries own Bitcoin. So at some point here, Bitcoin is going to hold its value, right? It's not going to just, you know, go to zero. It is the liquidity of cryptocurrencies, right? So it has to find some type of bottom. So let's dig in here and see what we have coming up here. Now let's see if we can find some value. So the first thing that we're going to look into here is called our daily chart, right? And this is going to be charting. All right, so when we dig in here, we can see that we have a stop loss open opportunity at 100,000. Most people would have liked to know about that. And then we had a pullback, a bounce, and that bounce is normally your entry, right? So what we work on, guys, is called a 1, 2, 3, right? You can see a bounce here on the bounce label. 89,500 was your entry. And what a bounce is basically understanding the basics of how trades work, right? So I'm going to close out this video real quick on how to fund your account, how to get started, and I'm going to open up this next video, which is basically looking for volume. And all these videos will be on TikTok as well, and you can get in that. So this is video 1, funding the account, setting up your trade.